I walk through the train, moving from one car to the next. I reach the lounge car at the back. I climb the stairs to the glass dome and watch the land unfold. It's our second day on the Canadian, the train that crosses Canada from Toronto to Vancouver in 5 days. We're in the middle of the Canadian Shield. It's rocky, wild, beautiful. But tomorrow we'll enter the Prairies, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Friends who took this trip before all said the same thing. It's amazing, except for the Prairies. They said it's flat, endless, goes on forever. Some even said to fly past that part. Save your time for the Rockies, they told me. That's where the mountains are. The lakes, the drama. But the Prairies? Not worth it apparently. I go down from the glass dome and walk through the train to the dining car. The dining car feels out of another era. White tablecloths, full service, a rotating 3-course menu 3 times a day. It's a full restaurant rolling across the continent. The windows are wide, acting like a moving gallery. Each table seats 4, so you're paired with other passengers. I was nervous at first, I never loved small talk. But at lunch we're seated with a couple from Quebec and conversation flows easily. At dinner, a couple from Scotland. I find myself chatting, laughing, curious. There's something about the train. It's spacious enough that you don't feel trapped, but close enough to feel connected. It's social in the gentlest way. Pierre-Marie, my travel companion, turns to me at one point and says, "You're so good at socializing." I'm surprised because I'm not usually that social, but here I am. This train ride is special. I recently became a Canadian citizen, and this trip felt like the perfect way to feel the scale of my new country, to sit with it, absorb it. Not just the highlights. Especially compared to Lebanon where I grew up. I used to drive the entire length of Lebanon in 2 hours. As the train is still crossing the Canadian Shield, we walk back to our cabin. I pass the long corridors of superposed beds and reach the private space we booked. I take a hot shower, much better than I expected with water pressure that's stronger than many hotels I've been in. Then I climb into the upper bunk in our cabin. I thought the motion and noise would keep me up, but the train rocks me to sleep. It's 5 a.m. now. Pierre-Marie gently wakes me up. "You have to see this," he says. I slide down and we both stare out the window. The prairie sunrise takes my breath away. Pink and orange lights that spread across the flat horizon. Millions of small lakes reflect the sky. The land feels alive, calm, beautiful. We walk to the glass dome again where others have already gathered, quiet and still. The view says everything. As the day unfolds, I see more than I expected from the prairies. A huge flock of birds swirls in the horizon. I suddenly remember a documentary that described how the prairies are essential for North American birds, a major nesting and migration zone. This place isn't empty, it's alive. Before the trip started, I had prepared for this stretch. I downloaded movies, podcasts, books. I thought I needed distractions, but the truth is, I didn't want to look away. And then a freight train passes by. Long, loud, powerful. We're in the middle of nowhere, yet deeply connected. These rails carry goods, ideas, economies. I feel the size of the country in a new way. By evening, the land begins to roll gently, a hint of the Rockies to come. I realized something I didn't expect. The prairies were my favorite part. Not because they're the most dramatic, we'll reserve that for the Rockies. And of course, the Rockies are incredible, but we know that already. It's the prairies that were the most surprising. I found peace, beauty. I rediscovered how open I can be to people, to landscapes, and to this new land I now call home.